Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel again. And on today's video we are making cassava starch. Yes, you heard me guys. So first of all, here is our cassava root. Some people call it tapioca starch as well, and it is also known as cassava starch. So here is my cassava root that I'm going to be making use of to make my starch. So first of all, I want to go ahead to make sure I properly peel off all the brown skin from my cassava root or tapioca root. Just like I'm doing, you want to be very careful so you don't wound yourself in the process of you trying to peel. Yes guys, so there are a lot of usefulness for cassava starch, and I'm going to make my own cassava starch at home. And after making it, once it is completely ready, I'm also going to make sure I use the cassava starch to produce some wonderful recipe that I will be posting immediately after this video. So guys, kindly like this video if you are not done so, or if this is your first time, leave a comment at the end of this video. But if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Kindly leave a comment on this video and share this video. So now guys, my cassava is all ready. So right now I'm going to use my potato peeler, or some people call it potato slicer. So I'm going to use it to slice it into tiny bits, just like I am doing. So I'm going to make sure that every of the cassava roots that is nicely washed and clean are sliced into smallest chunk, just like you can see. And this is simply to make sure that by the time I'm trying to blend it doesn't stress me. And as well, if you do not have a slicer or you don't have a blender to blend it, guys, you can as well make use of your grater. You just have to grate everything into a very fine size, and then you use your muslin cloth to sieve it. But in my own case, I'm going to be using my blender. So I am done slicing the tiny ones, and this is the smaller chunk that I have. And I'm scared of slicing myself or cutting myself in the process of trying to slice it, so that's why I use my knife to just cut it into smaller chunks. So guys, look at all the cassava slice that I have. It looks beautiful already. It looks really good. So now guys, I'm going to go ahead and pour this into my blender cup. Yes guys, I'm going to pour it into my blender cup, and I'm going to add in a very small amount of water. Yes, I'm going to add a very small amount of water to it after nicely placing it in my cup. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I blend this into a paste. Yes guys, I'm going to thoroughly blend it into a paste. So, and that is what I'm about to do. Guys, once again, let me remind you that this is Legacy Live TV. Your subscription means so much to me and is a way of encouraging me to post more. So if you are seeing this video and you are not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly do so that with your subscription, YouTube will be able to recommend my video to more people, and also at the same time YouTube algorithm will be able to share my video because more people are liking it because of the like and the subscription that comes from the video. So YouTube will share more of my content. So now that I'm done blending it, I just poured it into my muslin cloth, and I'm still going to go ahead to blend the second batch. Yes guys, so as you can see that I've placed my muslin cloth in a bowl, and I've poured the first batch, and I just added in some water to the second batch as well. So I'm going to blend that as well until I am completely done, until I've completely exhaust all the cassava chip that I have on the slices. Yes guys, I'm going to make sure everything is thoroughly blended. Then once I'm done blending it, then I'm going to go ahead and move to the next phase, which is the phase of me trying to sieve it. Yes guys, so now this is my second batch that I blend, so I'm going to still go ahead and pour it into my muslin cloth, and now I'm going to add in some water to make sure I get all the starch in it out, so I can make sure I have all the starch in it out completely. And look at the ones that I cut into chunk as well, because the blender is strong a little. I can say yes, it's strong. So I'm going to add in some water to it as well, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I blend it. But this is going to take a longer time compared to those ones that are finely sliced. So now guys, here is my muslin cloth. So I'm going to be adding water gradually, and I'll be squeezing out the what's it called, the starch from the cassava root. Yes guys, so you want to make sure that you are not adding too much water, so you can be able to get all the starch in it out into your bowl. And you are going to squeeze it just the way I'm doing. And once I notice that the water has reduced drastically, I'm still going to go ahead and add in a little amount of water to it, and then I'll squeeze it again. So we're going to be doing this until we are certain that we have gotten hold of a lot of starch into our bowl, and then we can stop adding water to it. But now, as you can see that as I'm adding water to the paste, it is still coming out like there's still starch in it. So we're going to keep doing that until we are satisfied. Now look at what I have. So I'm going to remove that and put in another batch if there is no more starch in it. But when I open it, I discovered that there are still more starch in it. There's still starch residue in it, so that's why I added a very small amount of water to it, and I tried to squeeze it as well. Yes guys, so once I'm done squeezing all the cassava starch or tapioca starch from my blended root, then I'm going to set aside the remaining paste that is inside the cloth that didn't come out. I'm going to set it aside and then move forward to still squeeze out more. Yes guys, look at what we have now. That's it. That is the final batch, the one that is chunky. I just blend it to a stage, and I feel like it's high time I try to squeeze it as well. So I just added more water to it. Guys, if you want to make this at home, just make sure you have enough water. Yes guys, this is my second bucket that I'm trying to squeeze this into. I have two buckets like of the same size, so the first one is almost filled to the top, so I set it aside and I move on to my second bucket. So I'm going to repeat the same process just like I did the very first time, so until I'm certain that a larger percentage, if not all, of my starch is out of the cassava root paste that I blended. So now guys, once I'm certain about that, then I'm going to squeeze out all juice. So now here is what I have. Yes guys, so I'm going to set this aside and keep it to the next morning. So it's next morning already, and now I'm going to go ahead and open what we have. So now the starch has completely settled at the bottom. Now we have a lot of water that I'm going to throw away. Yes guys, look at the bottom. That is our cassava starch. Yes, our wet cassava starch. So right now I've poured the water away, and here is what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and pour what we have into my tray. Yes guys, I'm going to scrape it out. Guys, look at it. At this stage, if you want to use this to starch your clothes, all you just have to do is put a small amount in a bowl and dissolve it as if you're making pap, and then adding some hot boiling water to it and mix it just the way you mix pap, and your starch is ready for you to use it to starch your clothes. But in my case, I'm trying to make dry cassava starch. So at this stage, I'm going to go ahead and spread this in my tray, and then spread it under the sun for 2 or 3 days. It depends on how hot the sun is, that will determine how quickly it will dry. But in my own case, I might decide to spread it into 2 trays and then spread it in the sun for probably 2 to 3 days. But if you have a dehydrator, then you can just decide to spread it in your hydrator for like 3 to 4 hours and you'll be fine. So guys, here is what we have after drying it for days. Yes, it took me like 3.5 days because the first day the weather was really not sunny. And so now guys, I'm pouring it into my blender. I'm going to go ahead and blend this into a powder. Yes guys, into a powder, and that is it guys. Our cassava starch is ready. So if you are still here till this moment, thank you so much for staying till this moment. I love you so much. And guys, don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because guys, I'm going to be making 2 different recipes with this cassava starch. So guys, and that is it about making our homemade cassava starch. Yes guys, look at what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and blend the remaining ones that I have. You can see that it looks grainy, like it is not smooth at all, but once we blend it, everything will become so smooth guys. And that is it about making our cassava starch. So see you next time on another wonderful video or food recipe just like this. So guys, thank you so much for staying till this moment. I love you all.